I remember when I was young, I always admired the beauty of other countries instead of appreciating on my own. I never thought that living here in the US is the only way to make me realize that my homeland has so many unique histories that other people are embracing wholeheartedly. I chose this topic because I'm a Filipino and I was born and raised in the Philippines. Based on my class survey, 10 out of 20 people know a little about the Philippines. Today, I will share our Filipino cultures with you, the Filipino foods, and the best place to visit in the Philippines. According to Gilaika Dumaraos from Culture Trip 2017 edition, Filipinos are very resilient in times of calamities and catastrophes. Filipinos always manage to rise above the challenge. Instead of wallowing, they tend to pick themselves up and smile. She added, for Filipinos, traditions in their homes and families are important. And of course, every gathering is dedicated to keeping up with each other over sumptuous food. As part of the recreation, Filipinos spend some quality time with their family and friends belting new and old songs. Another fun fact that she added, Filipinos have the longest Christmas celebration ever. Even as early as August, you can hear Christmas songs and jingle bells being played at the malls, restaurants, and in many places in the Philippines. The mood becomes festive with many people shopping and in good spirit. So, we talked about Filipino cultures. And now let's talk about Filipino foods. According to Ronica Valle Avila from the Culture Trip 2018 edition, Filipino cuisine is very complex, heavily influenced by its former colonizers and its neighboring Asian countries. Because of this, Filipino foods have been shaped by Chinese, Spaniards, Indians, Japanese, and the whole plethora of Western influence. For instance, the pancit, which is noodles, and lumpia, the egg rolls or spring rolls, influenced by early Chinese settlers in Manila, Philippines, taken on every Filipino life of their own. The Philippines is made of 7,100 islands, with a few more appearing when the tide is low. With so much water everywhere, it is no wonder that seafood is the main protein in the Filipino diet. Rice, particularly white rice, is considered the ultimate staple in Filipino food. It is present in every household and is more than likely part of every Filipino's meal because of its plain, starchy flavor, and it pairs well with many salty and sour local dishes. Let me tell you a particular place that is best to visit in the Philippines. According to Candice Lopez Quimpo from the CNN 2018 edition, one of the Philippines' best assets is its 7,100 islands. Edged by white sand, buffering turquoise, water filled with some of the world's most diverse marine life. And most of them are relatively unexplored. He also added that the Palawan is indeed the last frontier of the Philippines, as it's been dubbed the coastal town of El Nido is the gateway to wild adventure. Sure, it's got powder-fine beaches and gin-clear water, but the views are what really sell the place. El Nido's coasts are majestic karst limestone formations, empty lagoons, marble cliffs, prehistoric caves, and waterfalls. She also added El Nido is a popular base for divers. Surrounding waters contain more than 50 species of corals, whale sharks, sea cows, dolphins, and endangered turtles. So today, we talk about Filipino culture, foods, and the best place to visit in the Philippines. I would love to say that even though I live here in a different country now, the Philippines is still my home. And it seems people from other countries embracing my culture wholeheartedly made me appreciate many things that I used to take for granted when I was living in the Philippines.